Did you know that one of the simplest, cheapest liquids you already have in your kitchen can improve your blood sugar, digestion, cholesterol, inflammation, and even fat burning? So, what gives ACV this ridiculous list of health benefits? It comes down to acetic acid, the primary active compound in ACV. And acetic acid is not just acidic. It interacts with your muscles, liver, gut bacteria, stomach acid, insulin receptors, mitochondria, and even the rate at which glucose leaves your stomach. When ACV enters your body, acetic acid slows gastric emptying, meaning food stays in your stomach longer, improves insulin sensitivity, especially after meals, enhances glucose uptake in muscle cells, reduces liver glucose production, gluconeogenesis, improves satiety and reduces hunger hormones like ghrelin, feeds beneficial bacteria in your gut, lowers LDL cholesterol while raising HDL, reduces post-meal glucose spikes by up to 34% in some studies. So basically, ACV works on your metabolism from 3 directions: digestion, cellular insulin response, and liver glucose output. Now let's break it down one by one. How ACV lowers blood sugar. 1. It slows down carbohydrate breakdown. Acetic acid inhibits an enzyme called alpha amylase, which your body uses to break down starch into sugar. When this enzyme slows down, carbs break down more slowly. Glucose enters your bloodstream gradually. Post-meal sugar spikes flatten out like a smooth curve instead of a sharp mountain. This is why researchers see 20 to 34% reductions in glucose spikes when ACV is taken before high-carb meals. 2. It improves insulin sensitivity by acting at the receptor level. This is the biggest reason ACV helps diabetics. Acetic acid activates an enzyme in your cells called AMPK, adenosine monophosphate activated protein kinase. Think of AMPK as your body's metabolic switch. When it's on, your cells pull more glucose from the bloodstream. Muscle cells become more responsive to insulin. The insulin receptor unlocks more easily. Your metabolism becomes more efficient. It's literally the mechanism targeted by medications like metformin. So essentially, ACV is giving your insulin receptors the wake up and work properly signal. 3. It reduces liver glucose production. A major problem in type 2 diabetes is that the liver keeps making glucose even when blood sugar is already high. ACV turns down this liver glucose production, gluconeogenesis, especially overnight. This is why many people who drink ACV at night see lower morning fasting glucose. 4. It helps move glucose into muscles instead of letting it float in the bloodstream. ACV increases glucose transport proteins like GLUT4, the doors that let glucose enter muscle cells. So instead of your blood sugar staying high after a meal, ACV helps your muscles soak it up like a sponge. 5. ACV affects something called first phase insulin response. This is the immediate insulin release that happens minutes after you start eating. People with insulin resistance often have a weak first phase response. ACV helps restore this early insulin signal, meaning your insulin starts working faster. How ACV affects fat loss and metabolism. There's a reason ACV keeps showing up in weight loss studies. 1. ACV reduces belly fat promoting hormones. Research shows that acetic acid reduces ghrelin, your hunger hormone, lipogenic enzymes that promote fat storage, liver fat accumulation. This is similar to the metabolic effects of fasting. 2. It increases fat oxidation, fat burning. Acetic acid boosts genes involved in fat breakdown, especially in the liver. This means ACV helps your body switch from store fat mode to burn fat for energy mode. 3. It promotes satiety. Studies show that people taking ACV eat fewer calories, feel full for longer, have reduced cravings, especially for sugar and carbs. The reason? ACV activates stretch receptors in your stomach and slows gastric emptying enough to keep you satisfied. ACV for digestion and gut health. Most people don't realize this, but ACV can improve digestion for several reasons. 1. It increases stomach acid in people who have low stomach acid. Low stomach acid is extremely common, especially in people with chronic stress, people over age 40, people with GERD or reflux, people with H. pylori, diabetics with slow stomach motility. Low stomach acid causes indigestion, bloating, gas, reflux, poor nutrient absorption. ACV helps restore acidity, allowing proper digestion of proteins, minerals, vitamins, amino acids. 2. It reduces bloating and gas. Because food digests more completely, less of it rots or ferments in your gut. It improves cholesterol markers. Studies show ACV can lower LDL, bad cholesterol, raise HDL, good cholesterol, lower triglycerides, reduce total cholesterol. This is partly due to acetic acid improving fat metabolism at the liver. 2. It reduces inflammation. ACV is loaded with polyphenol and antioxidants that reduce free radical damage. Chronic inflammation is the root of heart disease, diabetes, obesity, POS, autoimmune issues, fatty liver. Using ACV consistently lowers inflammatory markers. Best ways to take ACV. This is the part people get wrong. 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. Highly diluted in 8 to 12 ounces of water. Never take ACV straight. It can damage teeth and irritate the throat. 2. Best timing. You can use ACV at 3 strategic moments. Option A, 10 to 15 minutes before meals. Best for reducing blood sugar spikes, improving digestion, appetite control, reducing cravings. Option B, before bed. Best for lowering morning glucose, reducing liver glucose output overnight. Option C, with meals. Best for cholesterol control, slowing digestion, enhancing fullness. 3. Best form, raw, organic, unfiltered, with the mother. Avoid ACV gummies. Most contain sugar and have far lower acetic acid. Who should not take ACV? Avoid or use caution if you have ulcers, you have severe reflux, you have low potassium, you take diuretics, you take insulin or sulfonylureas, can cause low blood sugar, you have gastroparesis, delayed stomach emptying common in diabetes. Always start small and discuss with your doctor. Research shows that taking ACV before both dinner and bedtime gives the biggest improvement in fasting glucose because dinner timing affects overnight glucose. Overnight liver glucose production decreases when ACV is taken before bed. The morning dawn phenomenon becomes milder. This is the 2-phase ACV strategy. 1 tablespoon of ACV in water 10 minutes before dinner. 1 tablespoon again before bed. This double timing activates AMPK and reduces liver glucose output for the entire night. Apple cider vinegar is not magic. It's not a cure-all, but its effects on insulin sensitivity, digestion, cholesterol, inflammation, and fat metabolism are some of the most studied and most consistent in natural medicine. ACV won't fix your entire lifestyle, but it can become a simple, inexpensive habit that gives your body the biochemical edge it needs to finally start stabilizing your blood sugar. If this video helped you, make sure to subscribe because I'm preparing another breakdown on the science of pregnancy and labor, and you don't want to miss it. Stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video. This video is for informational and educational purposes only and does not provide medical advice or create a patient-doctor relationship. It's not a substitute for professional medical guidance, diagnosis, or treatment. If you have diabetes or any other medical condition, always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, supplements, or lifestyle.